once you get to the age of 62, we should stop the payroll tax. By the time you got into 62, you put a lot into the payroll tax. And at 62, if folks want to continue to work, they should work without having to pay that payroll tax. I think it makes sense. It'll incentivize people to go on Social Security a little bit later and to work longer, and to put more money in their pocket for them to be able to save. If they have a separate retirement account and the rest, they can use that money to help to save or to do whatever they want to do with it. On the flip side of that, you talked about, maybe under 500,000, over 500,000. One of the things that I've said about all of the programs that are costing an enormous amount of money in this country now, when you think about Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, those programs now take up 71% of the federal budget. 71%. That means everything else we do, national defense, education, all the other programs that you can go through, research and development, National Institutes of Health, go through all of the different programs that we have. And what it turns out is that that's only now 29% of the budget. So one of the things that I suggested in the speech that I gave a couple weeks ago was, listen, Social Security was intended at the beginning to be a program that tried to ensure that the elderly, no elderly in the United States would live out their lives in poverty. That everybody would have a safety net and a basic standard of living that they could count on, and that everyone in the country would invest in that safety net as they work through their lives. The government has so messed that up at this point that we know that those programs are costing a lot of money and moving towards insolvency. So one of the things I said was, if you have a significant amount of money, if you're making over $200,000 a year in retirement income, not assets, income, if you have $200,000 in income in retirement, that means you probably got $4 or $5 million saved to throw off that kind of money, at least, right? So we're talking about people who have a significant amount of money. Do those folks really need to take a Social Security check on top of that? No. Right? And so, but I got to tell you, man, I had some people who've gone bonkers about this. Like, I paid into it and I want it back. I'm like, well, listen, there's lots of things we pay into over the course of our lives that we don't get something back on. I pay homeowners insurance every year, so do you. So if our house burns down, we can rebuild it. If I go and sell my house when I go to move, do I get to go back to the insurance company and go, hey, by the way, see the house looks good, I kept it up nice, didn't burn down, I'd like some of that money back. He'd be like, yeah, good luck, buddy, now you have a nice day. I understand it's a change, but what I want is to make sure that folks don't grow old in poverty.